Well, okay. Bum 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 bum. Okay, we'll see what's going on. I got my mess over there. Yes, okay. And we're over now. It's 5 minutes. It's 1 minute past. So hello. Hi. We're a little bit having little issues this morning. Well, it's not morning. It's afternoon here. Hi there. This is Cliff Bates, and hi there once again to the Friday live stream. The Friday live stream. The Friday live stream. Well, it's here. I thought I would do it, Yuck. Okay, I did my notices to people. Maybe people notice. We're at our usual time on Fridays, 5 o'clock East Central European time, which is about what 11 p.m. or a.m. Sorry, a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the U.S. So in California, it's maybe about eight. Not was that 2 hours, 3 hours earlier. So 8, 9 around that. No, eight, yeah, would be 8 in the morning. So morning in the West Coast, and morning in the Pacific. We're here morning in the Pacific. Well, how, hi there and welcome. This is also. Yeah, I don't have my cigar. I should get my lighter. Get a lighter out and go. Yay! Yay! I should have my cigar, but I'm not going to do it. My throat is kind of horrible today. We have our 500 subscribers. We're over. We're like 502. Um, um, I was going to do a separate video. Or said I was going to do a separate video for 500, but we had a problem. 500 kept on going up and down. This week, for the past couple days, past week, it was like last time I mentioned it, we were up like 499. We went to 498, then 502, then 499, then 500, 499. Yes, Wednesday got the Wednesday evening. I noticed that it was 500, and Thursday it stayed, but I was a little worried. And then today it was 502. So I said, okay, we'll use the live stream to celebrate the 500 subscribers. Yay, the 500 subscribers. My wife is saying, well, you still don't have rights to YouTube stuff because, you don't, people don't always watch all your stuff, or they download it and they don't always watch it. And YouTube says you don't have enough hours, and I don't do enough shorts. I said, oh, you should do more shorts, more shorts. You know how hard it is to do a short, a 30-minute, a 60-second short that is something to say. It's like you can do something dumb or you can do some kind of stupid thing, but a 60-second video on something interesting is like, wow. So we hit our 500 mark. Hurrah, hurrah, hurrah. We're still a small channel, and we're struggling. Right now, I'm in my re-release of my Aristotle's Politics. I'm not going to reshoot it. We're going to just go through it again, scheduling it to be released. That's why I have a little weight off me so I can maybe do some recordings of videos and prepare for things. So up until the end of the year, we're doing Aristotle. So therefore, I get to have a little bit of pressure off me because I have some writing deadlines I have to do. The next thing I will do for the channel um, in a series will be Machiavelli's discourses. I decided to do the discourses. I would like to go do the rhetoric, Aristotle's rhetoric, but I'll do a modern thinker. We did the Aristotle's ethics. Now we're doing release of the politics. People are saying, well, is that a little too? Why don't we do a modern? Why don't you do a modern? I said, and someone said, why don't you do a Schmidt thing? And I was thinking about doing a Schmidt thing, but I was thinking about Schmidt, constitutional law. I can do constitutional law, his constitution book, but it'll be hard to divide. Either be too fragmentary or it will be too long. So I have to. But I decided to do we'll do the discourses. We'll use the Mansfield Talkoff version, even though I could use De Alvarez, even though it's not published yet. Not published. I only have a bootleg copy of it. But that will be the kind of video things, and I'm planning on doing some more videos, shorter videos, and this dropping extra videos once in a while on a topic, and I'll continue doing the live stream. So therefore, that's my video planning. So in the spring, we will do Machiavelli's discourses. So we'll finish. We'll go through the politics. It's gonna be good. And actually, I'm using the run through the politics as an excuse to rework on two things, to do two Aristotle things. It's gonna be books. I'm gonna issue them as books. One is going to be a new outline based upon my reading, based on the reading we just did. I'm going through the transcripts. I'm listening to the transcripts, and I'm constructing a outline of what we accomplish week by week. Okay, and I'm going to put it together as a little ebook and sell it. Because my Lulu book is not, people don't, it's still too expensive. They say, people say, oh, $30 for a book, $28 for it's a study guide. And people say, oh, it's not getting much attention. And I said, and people aren't buying it often. And I'm a little like, well, why don't people buy it? It's actually a pretty good book. And when people do look at it, they like it. And to be honest with you, teachers probably buy it for their teachers and don't tell their students. It is a good book, but I'm thinking of doing. But the problem with that Lulu book, my Lulu book, is I can't make it an ebook. Every time I have a PDF. I made a PDF of it, but Lulu doesn't sell PDFs. They sell only EPUBs. And if you convert what I've done into an EPUB, the graphics all go fucky. It goes like really, everything's destroyed and it doesn't work. The charts and the things that make the book just won't work on this, and this is frustrating in that regard. So someone told me, well, why don't you just get up sell a copy of your thing, have people buy a PDF from you. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to sell my PDF version of my book, except through distributors, and the distributors won't sell a PDF. Okay, that's all EPUBs, like Kindle and all the things like that. Even Google and these guys tend to only sell when they distribution things to Lulu will only do EPUBs. So if I want to sell it, I have to do it myself, but I don't know how to do that. Okay, and I don't have I'm not that technically good. I should get some the guys that I can't ever say it's named after the Lovecraft thing, the metatone. I can never say it. I should put it, but I should know what I'm saying. I can't say names, certain names I just can never say. It's frustrating. Okay, there's the live stream. Okay, hold on. Dun, 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 dun. Yeeks. I should say, where is it? It should be in my. Oh, it's not there. Yeah, I should. I don't list it. I should go list it in here. I can't. He's gonna get mad at me. Um, uh, yeah, I'm gonna get. These. Okay. It's been. Sorry about that. I was trying to find the Minitoken or Minitoken. Oh, please, um, I should contact the guys, two guys that were supposed to do something, and we lost contact. They, um, they're doing their little own project, and I've been kind of like I should have been. I was so busy doing my crap. So so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be redoing outline. It's gonna be a little book, an ebook. We're gonna maybe even use Lulu. I'll make a print version for people who want to buy the print version, but I will make an ebook. It will be basically a reading outline for Aristotle's Politics, are called. It's a working title. And it will be a complete outline of the politics. It will. I will reprint some aspects of my notebook. Basically the first couple pages, which talk about how the overall reading of the text and things like that I think is useful. But then the rest of the thing will be just the new outline, my outline, and it will have no charts. It will have no graphics, so that way it can be easily converted into an EPUB, and we'll sell it. It'll be book by book, chapter by chapter. And then the next thing I will have is a book called a reading guide. Um, to a reading guide, or if not a reading guide, or a it's like a cliff notes, which will look at Aristotle's Politics chapter by chapter by chapter. Are going, in other words, it'll look through the politics by chapter by chapter by chapter. Again, this is based upon my reading. It's basically being me giving a summary of what we just read. I mean, what the chapter. summarizing the points and summing up. Again, just putting into words what we did in the lecture, without kind of repeating the text much. The purpose of this is to make it both a ebook so that it's available. No graphics. It's going to be no graphics, no charts or anything like that. And the next thing is going to be that. And I'm going to make sure both of them are released by Christmas. By Christmas, that's my goal. That is the goal for this thing. And we'll cross our fingers and hope it works. Currently, I'm not doing that right now. I'm finishing my lectures for my upcoming course at American Studies Center on the Introduction to American Law. I have, my God, it's like 56 pages, 55 pages of outline, and a 50-page outline for the whole course, which I've turned into 15 weeks. Then I'm going to be, when I get access, when the course is the campus, which is the Washington University's Moodle, sets up, I'm going to set up a new classroom, and that classroom, I'm going to put the classroom, and I'm going to have it. The readings are going to be there. The readings are going to be in the PDF format, or the assigned readings, so they can access the books. They don't buy books. And your Polish university, most European universities do not. But I can have that. I made scans of the books so that they have access to them in the campus platform. And then what I did was I gave them the syllabus with the week by week reading, and then what I did was the outline is basically a guide to the reading, how to read. In fact, it kind of thematic points pointing to the various sections of the weekly readings that are relevant to that. And so therefore, that's why you should look at the students should look at. So, and then what I've done is I wrote up the lectures. Using the outline, I just wrote up my lectures. I just sat there and wrote up, taking the notes from the last time I taught the class. I used to teach this. I created this class at Washington University around 2004, 2005, and then when I taught it for like four times. And then when David Jones came, the American who had a law degree, I let him take over the course. But he changed the direction. He's left. Well, there's an issue about that. He's kind of went back to America and had health problems and couldn't come back. And then they didn't offer him courses, and they fired him because he didn't come back. And that he didn't, that because of HIPAA regulated U.S. law, you can't send medical documents to uncertified places, and therefore the doctors would only send kind of a thing that the Polish authorities would not accept. It was a big, and they fired him, and he's suing them, and that's in the courts. I don't know what's going on with that, so. I said I'm going to. I don't think he's coming back. I think they want to retire him no matter what. But he doesn't have enough time here in Poland to get retirement. So because he was way above. I think he's in the early 70s, and that they want to force retire him. I doing this course first time in like over a decade. It's 12 or 13 years since last time I taught it was, I think, 15 years ago. No, 12 years ago. 12 years ago, yeah. 12, 13 years ago. I don't know what else to say because this is the course. Okay, I'm writing a lecture. So far, it's 200 something, 220, 240, 230 pages. We're in a week. We're kind of finishing up week 11. Am I writing up the 11th week of lecture? I hope to get the lectures written, done. I don't know what I'll do with it. I think I may turn it into a course, an EPUB course book, just for the fun of it, for future students or future things. We'll see how it goes. See if people like it. I'm not. Yeah. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with that, but that's gonna be what I've been working on. I'll get done probably this Sunday with that. Then I have to turn to my writing project, the Aristotle's Politics. I'm going to start doing that. That's one thing. The other thing I want to do is, and I'm not sure if I might try to do it within the same time window for this next couple months. That is to do tackle my introduction to politics course and take my notes I have and also some transcripts of things, transcripts from the videos. Someone showed me how to make transcripts, and so I made a couple transcripts. I made transcripts for the last two. I mean, I have two recorded versions of the class, and we've gone. Someone said you should do the transcripts of them, and I'm thinking about that. Um, um, the problem is I don't want to spend money on the transcript program because they're hour and a half long videos, and because of that, what I have of transcripts is kind of like yucky. They're horrible. The transcripts I have from YouTube suck. So I need to make some maybe do professional through an AI transcription, but I just don't want to pay the money. It's expensive, and I don't have extra change. I have some transcripts that I have already. They're kind of yucky, but they're useful for my notes. I have my notes, and I have like 10 years of notes. Because that's how long I've taught this course, over 10 years. So I would like to turn this into write up the lectures. And what I think I will do, I will do that. I will do 14, I'll do kind of an introduction in the 14, 14 lectures, 14 chapters, 14 lectures for the course, with maybe an introduction thing, explain what it's about and how to use it, and do it like what I'm doing for the Aristotle's Politics, make it an EPUB and but a physical copy also to release, and treat it as kind of something to do. So that's my big December writing projects. The other project I would like to do is write up my American I would like to write up my lectures that I've done for 20 years, 24 years I've taught a course, 24, over 24 years. Every other year I taught a course about the American founding, about both the ratification, the Philadelphia Convention, and the state ratifications of the Constitution. And I just taught the course last semester, last spring. I recorded it. I've not released it because I don't know really how I want to do that. I have it in my YouTube channel, but it's privatized. It's not. It's saved I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my notes and things and using the Quran for the convention, write a book about the convention. And then write a separate book focusing on the things. And what I will do for the first one is send it to someone I know in America. And perhaps maybe instead of doing it through Lulu, maybe I'll get them someone to publish it if they like it. I think I might send it to Encounter or someplace like that if they like it. I'm not sure they're going to like it because it's going to be basically about the encounter with the Constitution by interventions and like this. It's gonna be a account of the convention, a summary of the convention, the way it happened, and how it occurred, and the flow of the convention over weekly periods. So therefore, I'll have it'll, have a character towards it. I think that's going to be my big project in that sense. Meanwhile, academic writing, I'm making progress on my Aristotle's regime science. I've started writing I started working on the draft of the idea for I took some notes and things for what we call my examination of book 5, chapter 10 and 11, the Aristotle's Prince. I think I have a working project on how to get that done. I'll maybe get a draft of something, and if not this, not the same time as all this stuff, maybe later in the spring. For the spring, I'm going to be giving. I want to go to the Midwest. I have to submit my application. My application there for the Midwest. I want to present my Aristotle and Preserving Regimes. That's book 5, chapters 8, 9. And with that, finish up my book 5 analysis. So I only have to do Aristotle's I clean up and re-edit the account of change in regimes, which is a specific taking 5, 6, and 7, which I gave about 2, not this year but the year last in the Midwest, which I need to rework on. Finish up my 4 little teeny things on book 4, which I have mostly done. I think I can get my 2 of them I will publish separately, and I'll merge them together for the part of the book. So that is the 2 that I'm working on. I want Force and Fraud and Small Things. I think that can be, both of those things can be worked on some for the purposes of a book, but for an article to get points. I'm going to hope to publish the points, the preservation. Then I have to get Aristotle's Prince. I don't know how to do it. That part of me says do it a separate book, but I might just do it. And then last but least, and the last part of book 5 is the book chapter 12, which is on 2 questions. I want to separate them. That is Aristotle on critique of Plato and cycles, and why why Aristotle challenges the Platonic cycle idea, and the application of cycle by Plato, Polybius, and that I have to I think I might make a little paper about that and talk about Plato, Polybius, and that, and how they created the cycle and this idea of cycles of and therefore political revolution as this terms of cycles of regime, and Aristotle's critique of that, and a challenge of that. And then the other question of book 5 that I finished book 5 up would be the longevity of regimes, which he focuses mostly on. He only speaks of tyranny. He's on the question of longevity of regime. He focused on tyrannies. Now, why did he focus on tyrannies? Well, he spoke about tyrannies. So why didn't he speak about longevity about the other regimes? That's the question. Why the silence on the other regimes? Why doesn't he give some examples of this? And that is, I think, because the question is tyrannical regimes, are they simply the model for all regimes? Or that, or is tyrannical regimes are presented only because they're a negative model? That if you can last longer than a tyranny, then you're pretty, this is. What about that? So therefore, I think the Midwest thing about preserving regimes, I have a kind of working version, something that I can turn quickly into it. This only leaves now book 6, which I'm going to divide into 3 parts. The introduction, building democracies, 4 parts, sorry. The introduction, which introduces the concept of that, the focusing on the building of democracies, or establishing democracies, and establishing oligarchies, which is much shorter. And then his recount of offices, the relook at offices, which I might move into my examining of offices earlier, but might not. I might just use that cases to reflect on that and then reflect on the other account. And that would end the regime science, and I will just work on it and get it. I think next year I'm going to get done. That by next summer. I hope to get done next summer if I can get everything good. I've been promising this for a while, but if I can get these things done on this level, I'm kind of burning my engines up. So come next year, I'll be getting my big birthday soon, and I'm going to worry that I won't finish this. I want to get it done. Okay, so that is what I'm doing in that sense. But that explains my writing projects and what I'm going to be doing. I didn't see anyone say anything today. I didn't notice that if people, my 2 people, correlates, did not write anything on responding last time. I hope he's all right. I think he was not feeling well. I know Mr. Greengrass was covering from COVID, so this is why no one's here probably. Everyone's probably out and ill. And probably no one cares because I'm not, you're betraying us by not doing videos weekly. You're just releasing old videos. I'm sorry, but I've been trying to get this. I kept my live stream requests. My other paper I'm working on, another paper, like I said, the 2 little papers, the Force and Fraud, the Midwest paper, which is on preserving regimes, but also Force and Fraud and Small Things, those 3, but also another paper that I have now 16, 17 pages on and can turn into a workable idea. And that is the social and the political form. The interconnection between the social form, which is like community or society, Gemeinschaft, Gesellschaft, and the polis and the state. and the interconnection of the two, and why there's the difference in this sense, and that therefore the interconnection between political and social form, ancient and modern, that this is not only a issue of modern, that the society, the modern conception of state and society as being the Siamese interconnected things that are two sides of the same phenomenon, two different phenomena, or the same social network. Okay, this is the question that drives modern political thought crazy, and my contention is that the same position could be argued by polis and community, or koinonia, but the concept of koinonia is broader, and that the reason why the polis is it is the sweet spot of koinonia, and that where that society is merely the question is state and society is a broader concept. That society is a much broader structure. It's constructed differently. The nature of how society is constructed differs from koinonia. And that's why this is what leads us to the Gemeinschaft crisis in that sense, which drives the fight in modern society, and why modern society or modern mass society has problems when you forget about Gemeinschaft. If you only focus on Gesellschaft, and as modern political science does, it focuses mostly on Gesellschaft, on a society and political society and social society, bourgeois society, civil society, as the famous German word for you can translate it. The German word that everyone translates as civil society also can be literally translated. It's Gesellschaft, right? It means there could be the bourgeois society. Marx translates. Most people Marxists would translate bourgeois society, where it goes, oh, this is meant as civil society, right? So this German word in the German, this term has a double meaning that biases our contemporary understanding of the early moderns. In other words, that the rise of the society becomes shaped by the bourgeois, that what was the civic life was now considered bourgeois, and therefore this becomes the fundamental crisis. So I'm working on this paper. This paper's 16 pages. I can play with it. I will turn to it next week. I have work to do at the university. I have 2 students who are finished their theses finally. I approved them. So they're in the system. I have to write the reviews, and that's I'll wait next week maybe. I'll take a day to write the reviews when I feel a little better. Then I'm going to be probably asked by someone to be the reviewer. So, okay, that will be fine. Then I'm going to be part of the last-minute admissions committee for the MA students, so that, and I'm worried about my MA course, whether it remake. I asked it to be created, so it's going to be created on the campus. And I have to rechange it a little bit to restructure it to focus on the Federalist Papers, which I kind of wanted to do. So that's the thing I'm doing there. My wife wants to go. I have a doctor's visit where I go get my heart checked with USG ultrasound. That's why I'm kind of nervous about it, because old age and death cometh. Then my wife wants to go to her mother, and I promised I would go with her on it, but it's going to be rushed. We're going to be very rushed back and forth. So I'd like to get my I'd like to submit my society paper sometime in October to one of the Polish journals. I hope to get my other article, my force and fraud thing, finished by October and December. October, November. Because there's not really much to work on. I have to just fix it, just editing. Then I need to, I said, my Aristotle's politics, 2 projects that I'm doing, those for the ebook. They're December, Christmas. So that. I think my Aristotle, my project on the introduction to politics will be February, a release for February. I think that would, if not February, then March. That is quite doable in that sense. At the same time, for the conference in March, April for the Midwest paper. So I think that's my writing goals and things for you guys. I hope to start doing some recording for the. I have to Screenacity, which I use, is being updated. I got grandfathered. They have a 120-minute limit. I got grandfathered to the old limitless. But it's still kind of buggy. Having problem doing things. So we'll see how I'm going to try to use it, Screenacity, for the camera. I need to put the camera and how to work the camera on the screen. We'll see how it works. I'm going to decide what version of. I think I'm going to just use the version. We're going to use the version that's available on Google Books, Mansfield and Tarkov. And I might do recordings. We'll do some recordings prep to start, and so I have some done. So I won't be under the foot. Okay, I don't want to be under the foot like I was. Like just only being like a week in advance. Being a week in advance is it's gives you no time to write and no time to do things, and that was kind of a little exhausting. So that's why I did the Aristotle thing this time, to kind of take me some time to allow me to do some writing and do some prep time. And that is the structure. I got an article coming out. My 2 articles are coming out, I hope soon. The Polish journals on regime change, the book 4, book 1, 2, and 3. Book chapters 1, 2, and 3 of book 5 on change, the general theory of change. It was cut a lot, and I'm not happy with those being cut a lot. Next thing I need to do is hope it all goes all right for the project. I should send something to those guys, but I'm kind of nervous about this. People say, why don't you send it to ancient philosophy, but I'm not going to send ancient philosophy. I might send something to Polis, but it'll be too long, and I have to go change the footnotes. So we'll see what happens. Cross fingers. And that's my life right now. Okay, so you know what's going on. So it's 500th anniversary, subscriber, well, to talk about, I'm not going to talk about anything today. No one's here, and I don't think people want to watch it today. My only thing is about today is that there's not much going on, honestly. It's not much news. I don't want to talk about Ukraine war because it's controversial. Neither side likes it like this. I think, the Ukrainians are making aggression Russia, but at the same time, the Russians are making some egress with high costs. I find it ironic that the Ukrainians, uh, uh, you know, big moves, aggressive attacks, are much lower uh, than the Russian, attacks that are happening. The Russians are getting slaughtered in the east, so that's kind of a weird thing. Um, so I don't want to really talk about Ukraine in that sense because it's too complicated to even deal with in a video thing. Um, the American elections, the craziness of England. On England, I was watching recently. David Starkey's videos were pretty good. He's doing a new series about the changes to the Constitution that have been very good in that regard. Um, I mentioned last week about the guy I ran into, uh, uh, this young guy I watched on history. What if history? That's his Twitter handle. His YouTube channel, YouTuber. Um, it's interesting. I think he's a little too. He's a very bright guy, bright kid, but he does history very good. But eh. Um, I kind of agree with him, but at the same time, I think he is a little too. Well, he's young. He's young. Youth, age does make you a little bit more less cynical. Or maybe more cynical or less cynical. I don't know what to say. Um, the other thing is about that is managerial society issues. I should write something about not write, but I maybe do a video on the managerial society and what's about. And I've been promising people to do some Burnham. I think I will do some Burnham. And another thing I might do is I might start, and I'm working on it. It's a kind of thinking of all the various political scientists, do shorts on the various political scientists of the past, and just do shorts. I've been writing up these little 4 or 5 page little write ups of all like Almond, Easton, Dahl, um, Huntington. I want to do Fukuyama, a little bit of Fukuyama too. Fukuyama, about their state system, their structures as the application models. I might then also do a thing about how to teach a couple books that I've talked about here, like when why men revolt and why men rebel, and other things like that. I might do a series of little teeny videos and things like that. Um, we'll see what happens. And I might even make a little booklet of little teeny things. Someone said that, why don't you do that? Well, that's my plans. We're at 50 minutes. I don't want to go too much. I'm kind of tired. Um, it's 500. It's our 500th anniversary celebration in that sense of our 500th member, 504 now. It is. Now watch this. Watch now. Everyone abandons me now because of all the unsubs because of today's video. The unsubs. People have been going over old things, which is great. Um, there's been a lot of interest on some of the old videos, like my reading Thucydides has been doing some of the, what is it? I'll go look at the analytics here today, talk about the channel a little bit. My people have been looking at this period. People have been looking at my lecture on politics. Of course, Friday live stream was popular. Last August 10th, August 9th, Friday live stream was popular. As was the 30th. But there's like 28 use as people watching the cities track, some more people watching the cities. That's interesting. And what else? Yeah, there's been a little bit of the politics. I don't think there's been interest in politics that's much. Politics. That's the analytics of what we've done. Someone wants to say, I ordered something crazy. I ordered people gonna say, oh, what's going on? I ordered okay, whatever. I ordered some fun yeah, ordered some fun stuff from I'm going to I can't get onion mix anymore. I was like, what's going on? How can you go to the grocery store and can't get onion soup? It's like onion mix. It's like this. It's like, what? What's going on? Why no onion soup mix? Because why do you want instant onion soup mix? Well, what do you think? Sour cream and soup mix makes super dip. You know, Martha Stewart's recipe, right? The college hack of how to make a nice chip dip. Uh, but saying, "Oh, you shouldn't be having chips." Oh, okay, I understand that, but still, I bought a whole bunch of these little soup things, cup of soup things, onion soup. So I'm going to have it so that I can make my have a pile of people looking at me. My wife looking at me saying, "Are you crazy?" I put like $10 worth of these soup mixes. It's going to be home mail delivery. That's my big bad boy thing. And the other bad boy thing I think I did was I ordered Rice Krispie treats or squares, Rice Krispie squares, they call them, from Amazon. Just to kind of, it's coming Monday. That's going to be my treat I'm taking to school in October. That's my little October surprise. And that's life. You can follow me on social media. The links are below. You can follow my academic social media below that. Checking me out as a scholar and check what I'm doing in scholarship. The next thing you can look at is you could subscribe to our Patreon. If you want to help me do what I do, some of my tasks, we'll see what happens. Or buy one of my books below through either the bookstore, local bookstore, or one of the online distributors like Barnes and Noble, Libra, Amazon, or through the publishers themselves. I think there's a problem with the Warsaw University Press. They don't have any more copies of my book. And my wife's going to have to talk to them about, are they going to reissue it? Are they going to reprint it? Or do they want me to do a renewal? What's going on? They sold a lot of my books. I'm not getting any profit from things. They're selling my e-copy of my book at a huge number, I'm told, to some degree. But it'd be nice to be given some money. But well, that's it. Those are the projects and what we're doing. Take care and have a great weekend. Have a great rest of your day. For those of you who are still having a day or after evening, and have a good weekend this weekend. And see you next week. Again, the Aristotle's are we're going to be taking a release. The Aristotle is going to be Monday through Friday, and then Fridays we'll do a live stream. Okay, take care. Have a good day. Bye.